everybody, and welcome back to my channel, Leilani Of Barbados. As you can see, I will keep my hand glued to my stomach for the entire time, as Meghan did in the chicken coop with Oprah. At least I'll try to. It's so hot. I don't know why she even wore that jacket in that California heat. That's insane. All right, she must have been sweating. It is alleged, rumored, and question mark on the end of that, for legal purposes, that Meghan Markle is pregnant with her third child. It is rumored that she came to England to check out obstetrics and having the birth there in hospitals again, because it is rumored that she's still after these titles, and a lot of people were saying that it's very difficult for her to enforce this title business, especially for Lilibet, who was born in America. So she's going to try to have the third one in England again. Of course, she cannot have Kate outdo her, you know. Let's get real. Don't care about no environmental 2 children only policy like it's China. I mean, I don't even know. You know she wasn't serious about that. Let's get real. You can see her body here does look quite suspicious at the flower viewing. And apparently she was supposed to go to this viewing of the flowers only with her and Harry so that she could parade herself. She purposely stretches out herself for some reason to flip her hair from one side of her body to another side of her body, and she extends her pelvis and then brings it back in. Totally necessary move, of course. Hello, announcement. Here is an angle where you can see the bump. It's a little bit difficult because they really tried not to place the camera on them at all, it seems like. But you can see there's a bump there. William put a complete spoke in that wheel and said, no, you're not doing that. It's not happening. And I'm going to be there to make sure you don't do that. So we're going all together. Although she creepily tried to lock eyes with him several times to read him, which she keeps doing. And I just wish she wouldn't do it. He ignored her completely and would not make eye contact with her because he probably did not want to turn into Medusa or whatever the hell. So yeah, he avoided eye contact. And that goes along with the theory of holding hands. Look like Harry is supporting her, rubbing her back, trying to make her feel comfortable because she's highly emotional, she's pregnant, and he has to comfort her and over comfort her. You can see at Westminster Abbey also, her body looked different, but very much like how it looks when she's pregnant. And I think that this whole visit to England is sort of a redo for her. I wouldn't be surprised if I say she, but you know, I mean, they are considering take 2 in England. New boss, new employee, right? Am I right? Yeah, so now that it is King Charles, who she thinks adores her for some strange reason, she's going maybe to try to live her life in England again, get the titles, only because, right, it's not happening in America. In fact, the one thing that she finally got done, which was Spotify, she is in a huge legal battle, her lawyers versus Spotify, trying to get these 6 episodes re-recorded, not edited, re-recorded full production all over again. Which of course Spotify is saying they don't have the money to do that again. So she's taking them to court. The problem is that unlike the other people she's taken to court, there is a contract with Spotify, right? And they must have that really well wrapped up tightly, where they would not have to ultra vires spend more money on production because somebody said they don't like it. They have her locked in. I also would like to suggest that if any of you would not mind joining me in a class action lawsuit, if that happens, that we jump on that bandwagon and also sue because we spend our $12 or whatever to sign up for the subscription, because I'm subscribed to Spotify, and we want to see that content. We paid for that content. We knew that content was going to be salacious, and we want to see that, and we want her exposed for that. Can we jump on it or not? I have a feeling that Spotify is doing a release as is, or she has to breach a contract and then pay them out some kind of money for that, because she knew at the time that she was being recorded. It's an actual podcast. And she knew that she said what she had to say. It is not a live podcast. There's a script, obviously. So she knew exactly what she was saying and exactly what she was doing. Unfortunately for her, the Queen passed away and now she regrets it. It's so sad because she's so self-righteous and so self-consumed that she doesn't even see that the mistakes she made, she cannot right them on her own. You just have to have accountability and you have to just take an L. So hopefully Spotify will do the right thing. I'm pretty sure it is a financial benefit for them to do the right thing and air the salacious episodes. Omid Scobie, enemy of the Leilani of Barbados channel, because he copyright striked me personally, himself, personal copyright strike, when I used a clip of him from an interview he did that was televised. Anyway, he's back out here talking things, saying that how Prince Harry will be wearing his uniform. He is going to be allowed to, as well as Prince Andrew. Well, that's not true. So Prince Andrew is allowed to because the Queen specified everything she wanted for her funeral and obviously gave him that permission to do so. Not Harry. The public would not find that the public wants them to be punished. I'm not going to put it any nice way. By him doing that, it's saying that we forgive him. The public in the UK is not willing to forgive them yet. So they have to read the room, and they have, and Harry's not going to be wearing his uniform. And I don't know why he's putting out these things. I don't know if it's a surgery that he's I'm saying he, but I think he goes by they, them pronouns. So please no disrespect. It's just very difficult for me to keep track of it. He is, they have had so many surgeries unless it's affected his brain, unless of course it is true that Meghan Markle paid for him to have a frontal lobotomy to remove his brain, because he really doesn't have one anymore unless he says exactly what she says. Or like a eunuch, they removed his tongue, and that is really just a recording coming out of his mouth that she has made for him. If that is true. Because he recently confused, well, what he said was the family is going from Scotland to United Kingdom instead of from Scotland to London, right? So, or England. You know, either one would have been fine, but from Scotland to United Kingdom? But it's all this, but Scotland is, anyway. So obviously part of his brain has been removed as it was alleged, and you know, unfortunate as that is. The holding hands was completely inappropriate at Westminster Abbey. I just don't see why you should be in a church for that short period of time and have to do that. But again, it might have to do with her feeling unwell and feeling like she needed support. Okay, I did like the curtsy. I thought it was low enough. I just thought she might have instead completely bowed with her hands straight out in the Japanese traditional bow. I think that would have been more appropriate for her. And then crawl away. That would have made me absolutely more satisfied. As I said, they're really trying to cut her out of the camera frame, or at least film Harry when she's completely behind him so you can't see her. But then she just checks for the cameras real quick. Apparently, she has some names picked out already for the child. There is Wills, Randy, as in Randy Andy, if it's a boy, and if it's a girl, Fergie. So, you know, that's great. Or possibly first name King and second name Charles. There's that too. Yeah, because she's so hungry that she chose to call the children Archie after Prince George's pet name, and of course Lilibet, which is the Queen's pet name that her husband had for her personal pet name, right? The devil works hard, but Omid works harder, because he obviously has already got an editor to change the Wikipedia page to say that she is now known as Duchess of Sussex and daughter-in-law of King Charles. Already, it's not even been a week, honey. It's really not. So I'm thinking there might be a re-entry into the royal family, and let's just watch this space and see how that goes. Okay, well, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and like. Lots of love. Bye. Mwah. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, it's a boy. A British boy. We shall call you King Mountbatten Windsor. Bye, guys. I love you, King Charles. Meghan would do something like that, wouldn't she, though? Okay, bye.